Welcome to this explainer. We're breaking down the 6 massive new FIFA rules hitting the 2026 World Cup. Look, if you've ever found yourself literally screaming at your TV while a match grinds to an absolute halt, you are going to want to pay close attention. Today, we're looking at a set of sweeping regulations all aimed at solving one huge problem: time wasting. Whether you end up loving these changes or hating them, they're happening, and we're going to walk through exactly what they mean for the beautiful game.
Here is the game plan for today. We're looking at the war on time wasting, speeding up restarts, penalizing fake injuries, upgrading VAR and referees, fixing the DOSO rule, and finally asking, will any of this actually work?
All right, Section 1, the war on time wasting, stopping the stalling.
Have you ever watched a player, just slowly meandering off the pitch in the 89th minute, and you think to yourself, how much of this 90-minute match is actually spent playing football? You know exactly what I'm talking about. The ball goes out of bounds, and suddenly time just stands completely still. Well, for 2026, FIFA's got a clear, uncompromising mandate driving all 6 of these rule changes. More football, less wasting time. It's really that simple. They want the ball in play, and they're going to severely punish the tactics keeping it out of play. Let's see how this actually translates to consequences on the pitch.
Moving right along to Section 2, speeding up restarts with strict new time limits.
We all know the classic delay tactics, suddenly needing to tie a boot, or grabbing a hamstring out of nowhere, or just admiring the corner flag on a casual stroll to the sideline. Well, those days, done. The second that substitution board goes up, players now have a strict 10-second limit to get off the pitch. 10 seconds, and there are absolutely no exceptions whatsoever. And if you decide to test this rule, oh man, the consequence is brutal. If a player misses that 10-second mark, the incoming sub has to wait on the sideline, and the offending team plays a man down. Just 10 players for a full minute. Imagine the pure panic of defending a narrow lead in a World Cup knockout match with 10 men for 60 seconds, literally just because a guy walked too slowly. Now that is a massive deterrent.
But it's not just subs. Building on the 8-second rule we already have for keepers holding the ball, referees are now going to start a highly visible 5-second countdown for throw-ins and goal kicks. Take too long on a throw-in? Bam! Possession immediately switches to the other team. Delay a goal kick past 5 seconds? It's even worse. The opposition gets a corner kick. That's a huge attacking advantage just handed right over for stalling.
Okay, Section 3, penalizing fake injuries to stop tactical breaks. To understand this rule change, we gotta look at the behavior it's targeting, the tactical break. This is when a team's under heavy pressure and, conveniently, a player fakes an injury. They go down, force the physio onto the pitch, and suddenly the whole team gets a free breather to regroup. To kill that specific tactic, fake injuries just got wildly expensive.
The new rule sets up a beautifully simple cause and effect. You want the physio on the pitch for medical attention? Fine, your choice, but you must come off the pitch for a full minute. Gone are the days of magical recoveries where players dying in absolute agony 1 second and sprinting down the wing the next without paying a price. You get treatment, your team plays a man down for 60 seconds, period.
Actually, there is one major caveat here. Goalkeepers are completely exempt from this rule. And why? Because pulling a goalie from the pitch for a minute and sticking an outfield player in the net is just, well, it's practically unworkable. So while this solves the outfield tactical break, that specific fake injury issue with goalkeepers is mostly going to stick around.
Let's jump into Section 4, VAR and referee upgrades, expanded tech powers.
VAR. Everyone's absolute favorite football development, right? Previously, VAR mostly intervened for straight red cards. But for 2026, it's getting expanded powers. VAR can now step in on second yellow cards. It can also review corner kick decisions, but, and this is crucial, only if the review can be done quickly without delaying the restart. Plus, they can step in to correct mistaken identity if the ref accidentally cards the wrong guy. It's not just VAR getting a tech upgrade, though. The referees themselves are getting new hardware. Refs will now wear competition-provided body cameras. This footage is going to be used to train future referees and, this is super cool, potentially give fans an entirely new ref-eye perspective on the game. Imagine getting to see exactly what the referee sees during a wildly controversial penalty call.
And just a fun little clarification from the official source regarding these cameras. These are strictly official competition control devices. So no, you aren't going to see referees rolling up to the stadium with their personal GoPros strapped to their chests. It's highly regulated official tech.
Moving right along to Section 5,
fixing the DOGSO rule, a logical fix at last.
Okay, first, let's establish what this alphabet soup actually means. DOGSO stands for denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. This usually happens when a defender fouls on an attacker who's completely clear through on goal. Because they denied that obvious chance to score, the standard punishment is a straight red card.
So here's the totally logical fix they finally put in place. Under the old rule, if the ref played advantage after that foul and the attacking team went ahead and scored anyway, the red card was simply downgraded to a yellow. But think about it for a second. If a goal was scored, the goal-scoring opportunity wasn't actually denied, was it? Right. So under the new rule, if advantage is played and a goal is scored, there is no card at all for DOGSO. The goal from the advantage effectively cancels the card. It's a completely logical change that just hits the nail on the head.
And finally, Section 6. Will these rules work? Theory versus reality.
We've got to look at the theory versus the reality here. Now, in theory, that 5-second countdown and the 10-second sublimit should drastically speed up the game. But the reality, players are incredibly smart. They're probably going to find highly creative, brand new ways to waste time that don't even involve restarts. On top of that, while these changes are meant to clarify things, we can almost guarantee that rules like the expanded VAR powers are just going to create entirely new arguments on the pitch and in the stands.
The rules around the game have officially changed for 2026, for sure. But human nature and that desperate desire to win at all costs, that hasn't changed one bit. Which leaves us with a massive cliffhanger as we look toward the World Cup. Come July, will these strict new rules actually force more football to be played? Or will they simply force the world's best players to innovate entirely new ways to delay the game? What do you think? We'll find out soon enough. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and definitely keep your eye on the clock during the next match you watch.